Okay, so I took a magic eraser and cut it into 3, and you just missed it because I messed up my video, but I put yellow and orange right on this one, and on this one I went blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, doesn't matter, you just throw it on. First thing I'm going to do is the yellow and orange, and I put a line of that on there, make sure I have the right end, and then you just kind of go through and make a little design like that. Alright, since I already had that for there, I'm just going to add a little bit to, actually I forgot I always do the alcohol on this one. And you just add some alcohol on a strip like that. It's going to look funny, doesn't matter. And you just start in one corner like this, and you just kind of go the sponge isn't quite long enough to reach this edge, so usually I try to come forward some when I do that. Then I let it dry. The blue is on the yellow, so it turns green and it gives it that rainbow look. I probably had a little bit too much pink and purple, but if you want to hang on 1 second, I'll show you. Usually the first ones are kind of dark, and then as you go along, it will lighten up some. So I try to do like several at a time when I am doing them. Doesn't matter if it's wiggly or whatever. A lot of times you can just reuse the ink that's on here. And then once it dries, it kind of bubbles up some, and see how it gets a little bit lighter as you go along. So it'll do different variations. If you wanted them all lighter than this dark thing here, I don't know actually if going over it will do much. Yeah, it just makes it darker. So you might want to dab it first, or do a couple, just like I did some other blocks first, and I just did different designs and stuff, and that made it look more cool. So, but now that I have them wet, I'll just go ahead and make a couple more. When I had the unicorn under it, I put the unicorn down first. So you just put the unicorn down on here, and then you go through the motions of everything else. Add a little bit more alcohol ink on there. And if you don't press as hard, it won't go as dark too, so you could always just lightly press and see if that makes it look better, which it does. Well, that looks pretty cool with the dots. Oops, I'm going to do another one. A lot of times I'll just keep going until I run out. Especially for something like these, which I haven't taken to a show yet, but they're probably going to sell pretty good. At least for like, I'm going to do a pitch for family coasters, which is why I have like the dinosaurs. I'm going to do some NASCAR car ones, and these look kind of cool because they're just dotted. Didn't do that last time. But a lot of people, like, especially if you're a water bottle family, you never know whose bottle's whose, and or whose cup is whose if you all use the same cup. So this actually makes it easy for families to figure out whose cup is whose, because you just sit them in the kitchen and everybody knows. And then the kids have fun because they get to pick out their own little coasters. If you put a little bit extra alcohol like I did on these, it gets a little bit wider which is probably what's causing the more bubbles too, because it's spreading out more. But you can see as you go along, you know, that's a huge difference in the colorings. Sometimes, like the orange on that one's starting to get a little bit low. You might want to just refresh the colors if you're going to keep doing a few. Like on this one, I might go ahead and... I think I'm at the end of the sunshine. I think this is dandelion, but you can use any yellow or any orange. It doesn't matter. I do like that dandelion now. And sunset orange is one of my favorites. But that's because I love orange. Oops. When you do the pink and the blue, you know it makes purple, so that's why purple comes into play. I'm going to add some more alcohol to this just to make it lighter again. I don't want it to be too dark. I have noticed from these using the magic erasers, it will actually I might try this one a little bit different and just kind of go straight down, see what happens. The old ink will dry and kind of flake off and leave little dots, so watch out for like the older edge of it. It might be better to cut it in half one more time and then get more use out of it. There's just some stripes, and then I can use these to put like words on if I wanted to. What? Thank you. Okay, a little bit more. I might actually try. I'm pushing a little bit harder for those colors now, and I'm going to push lighter on these. This one I'm just barely touching. Yeah, that looks good. So it really stretches your colors out. I've already done 7 tiles, and I could probably get a good 10 out of these, probably, if not 15. You could probably use extender on this too and see what it does. I just like how the alcohol makes it look. I'm going to push harder. It makes it a little bit wider when you push harder. If you blow on them, it seems to make the dots more prominent. So, pretty easy. Let me try some of this one without the alcohol extender. I guess it works better with the extender. Oops. You could probably flare it out a little bit separate too, because I think that might be what's making the dots. Let me try a little more. Where did I have to go? See, it's kind of drying out a little bit. I see little spots, some are from the sponge. There, spread out a little bit more. That kind of looks better. This will be great for word tiles because it's lighter. And that's it. See ya.